Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? We have a serious show today. You will not have me out here clowning today because this is serious, people. We are introducing Raymond on why, because we said so. I just jumped all over Sonya because I'm really
That's
interested
okay.
in
I didn't
getting.
even say anything. You good?
I know. I just jumped all over. I ain't even. We're gonna start. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Sonya. Go ahead. You're Raymond.
I'm Ola.
Oh, he's Ola today.
Yeah.
He's Ola. Okay, so and we are why
Because we said
we
so.
said so.
Did I
We
miss
did
anything?
good that
No,
time.
you good.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to be talking to Ola. Ola has been incarcerated for the last 10 years. He just got out this Wednesday. No, yesterday.
Friday.
No, last Friday.
Yep.
God is so good. And so we are going to let Ola tell his story, his journey of how he got to this situation right here and all the things that he went through. So Ola, take the, what do they call it? Take the mic
So you.
Okay.
and welcome
Hey
home.
everybody, how y'all doing? Most of y'all know me. Y'all know me as Tank. Y'all know me as Raymond. But in this sphere of what we doing right now, I have the name Ola Shia. That's the brand that I worked on and came up with, and that I'm pushing now that I'm out here. But it's been a long journey. A lot of y'all know me. Y'all know where I came from. Y'all knew me as a child. Um, but a lot of y'all didn't know what I was going through mentally, or the things that I was trying to accomplish that ultimately led me to being incarcerated twice for an extended amount of time, and with this last time being 10 years. And in the beginning of my life, I had this thing about acceptance, and one of the main things that I sought in the world was to be accepted and to be a part of something. And so most of the time when I got in trouble, it wasn't because of what I wanted to do or what I really, it was because I wanted to please somebody who didn't have their own best interest at heart, let alone mine. We was blind leading the blind. When I was blind following the blind. So short story a little bit shorter. I started affiliating with certain groups. You know, I ain't gonna bring all that up. That's not important. But I was affiliating with certain groups and trying to fit in with these people, and became something that I wasn't meant to be. And I ended up in a place where I didn't want to go, but I ended up there anyway. So uh let me see, where did I go? 10 years ago, 2014, I was accused of murder, or being involved in a murder, or assisting someone to commit a murder. And the person that I was with, or they say I was with, or whatever, uh, implemented, what is the word? Implicated me.
Implicated. I mean,
Yeah,
implemented.
Yeah.
implicated me. They implicated
Implemented.
me in their crime, and so because of that, I was forced to take a plea. I went through a situation where I had the people that were supposed to defend me working with the people that were trying to prosecute me,
Oh wow.
and I ended up with a lot of time.
And
Which is
I'm gonna jump in right here for a second, y'all, because as a mother, let me tell y'all, this broke my heart. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was at work and I got this phone call from this strange number. Now, mind you, we had all thought that he was going to trial. This is how these people play, y'all. Let me tell you, this is how these public defenders, because we were not financially able at that time to get a private attorney. But this is how these public defenders play. So y'all be very careful and stay on top of these people. We thought he was going to trial. Mind you, we have been at every court appearance that he had. So because we thought he was going to trial, I did not know that he was supposedly going to enter a plea this day. So I was not even there. I get a phone call from some number, and I'm like, I don't know this number, But something in my spirit just said, answer this phone call.
Right.
So I answered the phone, and it's him. And he is on the phone with the public, it's the public defender's phone. And he says, Mom, he says, these people tell me that I need to take this. Let me tell y'all, 20 years, 20-year plea. I need to take this or I'm going to be gone for life. And I said, don't do it. That's all I hear. I remember I'm saying, don't do it. Like, and we are, I'm like, I'm crying. I'm like, and remember now, I'm at work. I'm in this other person's office. And I'm just like, I'm crying. I'm like, Tank, please don't do it. He said, Mom, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. He said, because I can't, he said, I can't be gone for my whole life. He said, I can't do it. And and they telling him that all these people are here, these people, this focus here, these folks here, they saying that I did it. They're gonna say they got all these people. And that's all I did. My heart just broke. I don't even remember how I got home because I was way down in LaGrange, Georgia. I don't even remember how I got home. But I'm gonna let him take it from here because this was just that right there, that day right there. And there's a picture that he put out on Facebook of a man that's been rolling with him because this man was at court with him on that day. He just happened to be there with him that day. And he been rolling with him through this whole process. And so I'm gonna let him take it up from here and just tell you how this started. Because he recognized that something was wrong with that plea immediately. And so my son did. And this is where this all started and how we got to Friday.
Okay. So after I got the sentence, after I took the time, I was pressured into taking the time. I was shipped out to prison, and when I was getting acclimated to prison life and trying to make sure that I could get through the process wholly, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are not making it, so I had to do things to get through it. Once I was getting myself ready to do that, I started to notice that, like a feeling in me was like, hey, something wasn't right about this. So in my mind, one thing that gave me faith is when I took that time, my mother, my fiance at the time, and her father, which is the guy that was in the picture, all told me, "You're not about to do all that time." And way back then, I felt it. I felt it in my heart, and I knew, like, nah, I'm not gonna do all this time. So that was the faith that drove me to file my own habeas corpus, my own writ of habeas corpus. And I didn't know a whole lot about the law. I just studied enough so that I could do it the right way. Which is funny because the grounds that I filed that I thought were solid grounds ended up being nothing. But it was enough for me to get it in the courtroom and it was official. So fast forward a couple years, I think I had been locked up probably, this was what, 2019. So I got locked up, I had been locked up for 5 years at this point. So the 5 year mark, man, I don't got no money. We ain't got nothing going on. We just, we struggling. The book was called The Prosperity Bible. And the Prosperity Bible is a collection of books by basically the founding fathers of this country, right? And these guys knew something. And it's a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. When I read this book, it taught me about manifestation. It taught me about being a visionary. It taught me about faith and putting faith behind the vision and manifesting your vision through your faith. And the faith is what made me take that action enthusiastically. I took that action enthusiastically. I put a whole lot of work into it, and I put all my hope and my prayers into this work, which was my writ of habeas corpus, and I filed it, not knowing whether I would be successful or not necessarily believing it, but having faith in it that I was going to be successful eventually. So fast forward, I ended up going to another facility, and at that facility, I ran into a situation where a person in the dorm with me he lost his life, and I was implicated also in that. So what happened was I ended up going to HIMAX, and HIMAX is at Jackson, and in Jackson you stay behind the door for 24 hours. You always behind the door. You come out every now and then to go to the table, go to on the yard outside, or to go to medical or go to visit. But it's very rare that you're outside that cell. So you inside of that cell with yourself for long periods of time, years. You got people that's been there 12, 10, 15 years, and they're facing themselves. And one thing's going to happen to you when you have to live with yourself. You're either going to first off, you're gonna look at yourself and you're gonna assess what you see. You either gonna like it, what you see, or you're not gonna like it. And 9 times out of 10, you're in that type of situation. You start facing your truths. You're gonna feel like, hey man, something's wrong with me. I need to change. So a lot of people hid behind drugs and lost their mind. A lot of people couldn't handle it. But what I did was I went inside myself and I said, this life that I'm living right now, everything, all these habits that I developed that got me here, I have to put these habits away. I cannot live like this anymore because living like this got me here. So if I continue to do this, I'm only going to be here for the rest of my life, and this ain't life. And so I got tired of it, and so I began to do the slow, grinding work of changing my mindset, changing my habits. I started working out. You know, I'm starting doing more reading. I got into my religion more. I started praying every day. I started putting my faith in God. And man, out of nowhere, I swear, when people ask me how I got to this situation, got to this point where I'm out here right now, I always tell them prayer, because regardless of what I did, if God didn't want me to be there, I would not have been a success. I would have still been locked up. I would have still been in that position. So I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and I made my promises and I made my adjustments to my life to fulfill those promises. And what is 2022? 2022?
Yeah, but this is the thing. When he was down in Macon State before he got sent over to the HIMAX in Jackson, that's when he first got his habeas grant. Well, he got it in court. So he had a court date and everything. But because of COVID, they canceled his court date. So mind you, again, we didn't have a whole lot of money or anything. So I'm looking for attorneys and everything. So I'm looking for attorneys. And these people kept telling me, ma'am, you know, it's gonna be $30,000, $40,000 if we can take it. But most of them kept saying, well, because he had already filed it, that they couldn't take it. You know, but they said if, right, isn't that something? Like, remember how he told you though. But now remember, all of these bad things that seemed like they was bad happening. Now him having to get sent over here to this HIMAX. Now HIMAX had him by himself. Again, had to sit by himself and face himself. That's when he started making all these positive changes. He got over there. I sold my house because we ended up having to move out here in the Canyon. So I sold the house. So we were able to have some money because, of course, you know, you have equity in your house. What happened? His case had to be moved to a different court. So it had moved to Butts County. Let me tell y'all, I picked up the phone. I made one phone call. I just Googled. I made one phone call. This lady named Lee Schroep. And I said, Lee, what can you do? She said, he's already got a case. I said, yeah. I said, they moved it to Butts County. Right. He had a date. He already had a date in Butts County. She said,
a date to what? A date for what?
I had a date in 2022. This was November 2022. Yeah. I had a date, and she called. Okay, I'll tell you. Hold on a sec. Jamie, you went out. I didn't see you.
I'm.
Oh, there you go. You back.
I tell you this.
Oh, you know what? Girl. There we go.
Oh man. Oh yeah, we had been on it the whole time.
Right. It was just weird, girl. But let me tell you. So yeah, he had a date. Butts County had actually put him on the calendar for a date for him to go before the judge to have his trial for his aid, right? What a hearing for his aid. And like I said, we had sold a house, so we had some money. I made one phone call. I told her when his date was, and she said, okay, I'll do it. just bring me. I got a cashier's check. I took her.
She
Guess
said-
where she was?
said-
I was working right up there on DeKalb Industrial Way. She was 2 minutes away from my office. I went right around the corner and took her cashier's check. She called down there before I even took her the check. She called the Butts County and got it pushed out so she'll have time to work on it and write it up properly. Because they were still going off of the handwritten one that he had did on his own.
Mm-hmm.
She rewrote it all. And let me tell you this. He didn't even have to go to the hearing. The judge granted his hay without him even having to go to the hearing. She didn't even have to go down there. She called me and sent us money back.
They conceded.
What?
Yeah, the
Really?
prosecutor conceded. They didn't even fight it. They Oh, I tell you this though. Let me tell you this though. Let me put a little bit more perspective on this because it's gonna come back around to prayer. It was nothing that we did.
It was all about praying about it.
The thing was, she remember before she sold. Take it back a little bit. Before she sold the house, she said, "You know what? I'm gonna turn this into an Airbnb. I'm gonna turn it into an Airbnb."
Right.
And she was like, "All right, well, I'm about to I was like, dang, because I'm thinking of like this, man. I'm finna get some money. She got some money. I'm finna get some money. I'm finna buy me a phone. I'm finna do. I'm thinking jail. I'm thinking jail, man. I'm not even thinking about the. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna. Yeah, it's up now. Yeah, we finna ball. Y'all hating on me. So look, so she was saying the Airbnb thing. So I'm thinking like, dang, I ain't finna get no money. That's gonna be slow money. We ain't gonna get that money. So I was like, okay, cool. Whatever you do, it's your house. Whatever you do, I'm with you. But guess what? When she tried to back out the deal, them folks did not let her do it.
They wouldn't let me do it.
They would not let her do it. Like,
Oh,
no,
wow.
you gotta make this sale because you need that money for this. What you about to do?
Yep.
So, she gets leave. Lee does the thing to stop it from going through. I thought she said that she needed to continue. She said if you can get a continuance, she'll pick it up. She'll do what she do. Boom, whatever. She got the case.
Yep.
She got the case. She got the paperwork. She put everything in. The people did not. Once she put it in, she asked me. This is some more perspective. This is where the faith come in. She said, listen, you are going to give this back. Your sentence is illegal. She said, you almost guaranteed. I never make guarantees, but you're going to get it back. But my advice to you, you've been locked up, at the time, like 8, I'm going on 9 years. She said, you've been locked up almost 9 years. You mean you got 11 years left. If you go back and they find you guilty, they're going to give you a whole entire life sentence. Her advice to me, this woman's advice to me, that knew she won the case, was to give it up. Just let it go. Just do the 11. Take the lesser of two evils. I told her, oh, you don't know what's going on. You wasn't here from the beginning to know where we at. Go ahead and do that. We'll worry about that later on. That's not going to happen. So she filed it. Them folks didn't even fight it. So I go back to the county. They give me the
look. Guess what day he came back up here?
What?
On the Bert's birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Yeah, he came back up here on the Bert's birthday. Now this is I'm gonna tell you the significance of these birthdays as we move ahead. But he came back up here on the Bert's birthday. Now he stayed up here for over a year and some change while they worked through this whole process up here to get to, because the guy now, mind you, this is the thing. They gave him a court-appointed attorney when he first got up here. She was trash.
No,
they did.
No, they gave me the same attorney. They gave me the same attorney that sent me down the road. That set me up. Now, mind you, a part of my appeal was that she was ineffective. So now we've created a conflict of interest. I'm already knowing this lady is no good because she set me up the first time. Now, she tried to get on the case. Guess what I do? I filled the paperwork out, wrote a conflict letter, filed it with the people. The next day they gave me a new lady.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I forgot about that.
She
was horrible.
Bless her heart.
She and that's all we're gonna say is bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
And then we got on the phone again. let me tell you this again. I started again calling these people. These people again started talking about all of this money, all of this money, all of this money. And then Tank said, no, mama, call this lady. He gave me this one lady's name. I called her. She said, I can't tell y'all what she said because she cussed a mile a minute. Every word out her mouth is a cuss word. And she was talking about the lady that they gave him. She said, oh, she ain't ish. She ain't no good. Watch this. I talked to that lady one day. I hadn't even got her money yet. The next day, he was already on the court calendar.
Oh, wow.
She said that's all she needed to do because they knew he was back up here, but they just let him sit. They would have just let him sit. Now, I'm going to just move forward a little bit because I talked to you about the birthdays. So this is the funny part. I went to court. We went to court on my birthday this year. He came up here on Levert's birthday last year. We went to court on my birthday this year. The prosecutor said, we have reached a plea deal with his attorney. Put him on the plea calendar. So on my birthday, I got him being put on that plea calendar. Now, mind you, they said this is what they had gave him the plea. They was going to give him 15 years, 10 served, meaning he would be released, and 5 probation, right?
Okay.
5 years on probation. We went to court Friday. They put him on the next plea calendar, which was this Friday, the 11th. Guess what? He walked out of there with 10 years served. That was it. No probation, no nothing. Guess where he went this morning?
Yeah.
To work on his job.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Let me tell you.
Congratulations.
When I tell y'all God been moving through that whole thing, it was like and like me and him would be talking because like sometimes when we would get through the process, like he would say stuff like he would say, well, mama, this is what normally happens. This would, and I tell him, Tank, ain't nothing about your process been like nobody else's. Even when he was talking about getting out, he said, mama, I know this guy been sitting up here. He had got his papers and it took them 4 days to process him out. I said, Tank, you gonna be out Friday.
I know that's right.
That judge, we went to court. They did his plea thing. They did it at like 10. They did it at like about 10:20. Let me tell you, this how I know is because 10:20 is because I know I had to go back outside because I had to pay for some additional. Well, I didn't pay for it, but my parking was over at 10:20. By the time we called over there, his paperwork had already been over to the jail because they have to transmit it over. And they was like, oh, it usually take about 4 hours. That man told me, oh, we already got his paperwork. We just waiting to process him out.
Nice.
Like, so
God.
his lawyer was like, your mama got this. Don't you worry about nothing. Y'all call
yeah. I know that's
they
right.
Was proud of me.
Wow. Well, we are so proud of you. I'm so glad. Hey, like they say, boy, I got a praying mama. That You know what? That goes a long way, baby. That goes a long way. We are so happy. How do you feel being home?
I feel ready.
I know it's a lot different, huh?
Yeah, they ain't made nothing that can stop me, man. You see what's going on. I got a lot behind me, man. I got a lot behind me.
Yeah, of course.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Where you go?
Somebody must be calling her.
Oh, okay.
Did your phone ring? Is that what happens?
Girl, yes. I'm like, oh my God. But no, I am just so happy for you. You started your job. God is good. I mean, good news. This is really, really good news. I'm so happy for you, man.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I know how hard your mama was praying. Believe me, I know.
Okay.
You know, and look how it worked out. You know, you can never give up. That's the moral of the story. Never give up. And everybody's different. Your story ain't like nobody else's story, you know, but it's an inspiration to others that are having to sit and wait and all of that. And then
Right.
like you're in a situation where like you were on your Instagram and you're trying to help other people and stuff like that. That's a blessing, you know.
Yep.
It
Yep.
really is. I'm
But when I
so
tell
happy.
you, when stuff started to fall into place, I mean, it was like, man, God is just showing out so
Right.
much. I have never like I tell him all the time. Like I told him, I said when you were 14, and I know he remembered this story because I always tell him because I was really struggling. And I told him, I said, and when he was 14, God came to me. He said, "Don't worry about it." He said, "Y'all, it's gonna be something." He said, "But I'm a." When he said, I'm preparing him for something." You know,
Yeah.
and see, that's what I like to tell people. You know, listen to God when He talks to you about your children, because a lot of times we give up on our children when we see them going through some things, and
Right.
because we want them to be a certain way. And
For
everybody's
sure.
kids ain't gonna grow up being them perfect kids, unfortunately.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that's why I
For
say
sure.
He made us for each other, because somebody wasn't gonna put up with him, and somebody wasn't gonna put up with me.
I would have gave up on me.
You know, so.
Yeah.
You know, he
I
put
feel
y'all
you.
together for a reason. So,
I feel you. I
but
feel you.
it's we you know, we are truly blessed, and we are really feeling that you know, and even now, like I say, with you know, everything, we had so many things. We went to get his ID because we waiting for his glasses to come back before he can get his license, because he has to have his glasses for his license. So we went to get his ID. Girl, the lady said, you only need one piece of mail. I had started stuff coming with his name on it so he could have an address, honey. We had a stack of stuff. She said, y'all don't want to have to go back home, do you? No,
Exactly.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
We
Yeah,
starting everything off right. So
I know
everything
that.
just been going. I mean, we just been, every step we've been making, it's just been,
The
so
right step.
it's been right.
Yes. The
But I
right step.
appreciate you for taking the time for, you know, letting us talk about this. We took a moment away from our usual amount, you know, because we got some more. Look, we got some stuff already ready for y'all for next week, so we will be back.
Next
Who is
week I'll
Lisa
be out
Lisa?
of town. What we gonna do? You gonna wake me up in the middle of the
I'm
night?
hugging him right now. Lisa
I
told me to
know
hug
that's
him
right.
right now for.
I know that's right. You know I'll be in Thailand next week.
Oh, okay. I'll find somebody to sit and talk junk with me.
Oh, you
Okay.
always somewhere.
He said you always somewhere.
You on my page. Every
Hey, I
time I
got.
see you, you globe trotting.
Hey, that's where you gotta be.
Hey, I say you gotta live your best life.
Exactly.
I want to thank
That's
y'all
it,
too for
baby.
letting me come on y'all show and tell my story. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all giving me a little bit of y'all spotlight.
No,
A little bit of
we
that spotlight
welcome it
on me.
because whenever you speak your story out loud, it helps somebody. People you may not even know. It always helps somebody. I'm a firm believer in that God don't give you things to deal with unless He knows you're gonna take it and share it and help somebody. And that's what it's about. It really is.
Yep.
So I guess this is our time. My
Yeah, this
30
is that time.
my 30 minutes. My 30 seconds is my 30 seconds is learn from somebody, never judge a book by its cover. Know that just because someone has been, I mean, my brother was incarcerated, they gave him life, natural life, meaning he was supposed to die in prison. And after 18 years, we were able to get him out. And so you never judge a book by its cover, and you work hard for your people, baby. You work hard for your people. You
Yes, you
pray,
do.
and you just know that you know what you got to believe and have faith that things will be okay. And so that's my little 30 seconds.
That's right. My 30 seconds is just thank you, Lord. You know, when He's ready for things to happen, they will happen. Just don't give up just because of the way it seems. You know. Tank went through some real hard circumstances, and it could have taken him down. You know, it could make people look at him differently because he did go through those circumstances. But, you know, with God willing, he had to go through those things to get where he is now. And so I just thank
Right.
God for it. And I'm so happy that he's where he is now. And, you know, that's my child now.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy.
So,
Take, you want to say something to close it out?
Pray.
Do you want to go by Take or on what was it, Ola?
Ola Shia. Ola on Instagram is ola.shia. You can
Spell
find
it.
OLA.SHIA. If you go to TikTok, it's Ola OLA space Shia. I should pop right up SHIA. C Division Productions. We're putting out content daily. We got something daily going on. So go follow us on Instagram and TikTok and show some love. And go follow.
Yeah.
Why? Because we said so on TikTok. Y'all on TikTok. Show them folks some love. And
yes.
and pray. Whatever you going through,
And pray.
whatever it is, pray. And have
That's
faith
a
it's
fact.
gonna happen, and it's gonna happen. Trust.
That's a fact. Well, y'all, next week I won't be here, but Sonya will be here with a special guest. And I will be going live on my personal page from Bangkok. I would still join her, but guess what? The time difference.
What is the time difference?
Big. Let me ask Alexa. Alexa, what time is it in Bangkok?
It's 6:32 a.m.
It's 6:32 a.m. So it's already
6:32.
Exactly.
No,
So
ma'am.
you know, no way I can join y'all.
No.
But I'll see y'all when I get back. But you all join Sonya next week, Wednesday on Why? Because we said so. She will be coming on live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Peace. We love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed today. Please like and share. And remember, hey, it could happen to anybody because he was not the gunman. And he didn't know that all of this was going to happen.